Leo. Hi, I'm so happy to be chatting with you. I feel like this reading is going to be like a real Leo appreciation reading. Not that I always hope I appreciate all of y'all all the time. I appreciate all of you. But I'm your cosmic auntie, and I'm not afraid to have difficult conversations, especially if they assist you through difficult times. But this reading, Leo, the visual I got for you is fireworks, and I heard them I viscerally heard them like the phew, and it was like those big mandala-y ones. They were all different colors. It was just like I was looking up at the night sky, and I just felt this sense of like gratitude and like wonder and peace. Honestly, I felt like a sense of peace. So let's jump into that. I'm excited to lean into that. I'm going to introduce my decks before I start shuffling. This is the Golden Tarot. This is the deck that stepped forward for this month. I am recording it in Scorpio season, November, but it could find you at any time and feel relevant to you. Tarot works in its own way, so whenever it finds you, hi. But yeah, this is the deck that I chose for myself a long time ago. It was the first deck I chose for like myself personally. It's the first tarot deck, and I learned on this one. This is the one I really started feeling into the craft, so it's kind of nice when it steps forward. And then I'm going to be pulling from the Lightworker Oracle. And then for something a bit different, I'm going to be pulling a Destiny card, Path of the Soul. They're fractal energy images, and I really want to hear from you. I'm going to hold them up, and I ask you to feel into them. What do you notice? What do you sense? What do they remind you of? And then leave me a comment, okay? And please like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more from me. And it also helps me reach other people that will align with these messages. And yeah, it really helps me out. So fireworks, Leo. Beautiful fireworks. What's going on? Three of Cups. Just a sense of community and connection, and yeah, just belonging. That's what I'm sensing. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. You know, we've been talking about this for some time, Leo. There's been, you know, something you've been growing and building, putting a lot of energy towards. A lot of effort and resources. This is very like physical effort I'm sensing. Like, look at this cute Knight of Pentacles. Here, I'll show you these cards. Really looking up at that pentacle like, wow, look what I've created. Look what I'm building. And there's this sense of belonging and community and connection that's coming along with this too. Two of Swords. Interesting. I want to know more about that. I feel like, yeah, there's, with the Two of Swords, it feels like there's a point where there's like kind of options to be explored. A few different ways that there's, you know, a few different ideas in regards to the direction you can take this next. Perhaps that's why I feel like when I was looking up at the night sky with the fireworks, there's a sense of pause and presence and reflection. You know, like there's so much information that we receive when we pause for a sec. So cool, Leo. What else is coming up for Leo? Wants to talk more about the pause. You know, when the Two of Swords is reaching kind of, yeah, a crossroad of sorts. So you need to visualize a crossroad and different directions. So that, you know, Leo, if you are kind of taking a pause right now to think of like what direction you're wanting to go with whatever it is you're growing, and you know, the community that's really developing and also expanding, and yeah, like that community that's, yeah, growing and expanding. I guess it's the same concept, different way to say it. But I keep wanting to go like this because it feels tight-knit, but it feels like it's also growing, and it's through the element of sharing what it is that you're growing, and, you know, building on the offering that you're putting out into the world, and wondering what, you know, what next to kind of do with it, and being in a pause. Now, a pause can feel uncomfortable, but there is so much information that can be received when you pause. Okay, what can we know about this Two of Swords? Hierophant. So there's just like such a real connection with what you're doing. It just feels really deep from within the soul. It feels very, you know, spiritually guided as well, like, and the Hierophant also is good at leaning into a pause, right? There's a certain kind of listening to what the universe has to say as well, like a certain, you know, the Hierophant brings a co-creation, and the Hierophant channels like that into the physical ways they go about, like practicing, you know, their like practicing that, I want to say craft, because it's like general, because there's just so many ways. The Hierophant is really kind of living and feeling the purpose, feeling a purpose, and feeling a certain calling, and developing that relationship. And it comes with a certain kind of spiritual connection as well, no matter what you're doing. It's just the sense of it's like, it feels like the more you do what you're doing, the more you see this sense of co-creation with life, and this connection with life, and this connection with like synchronicity, and just feeling like, I just heard the word deja vu. So when you have little deja vus, I like to think of those as like a little like universe, like checkpoint, like high five, like bing, kind of thing, like along the way. So there's a few choices with that, right? So I sense that there's a lot of, with this pause, there's a notion of taking the time to just connect with Creator, connect with like the divine, and kind of listen. There's kind of like a ear to the universe kind of energy here, Leo, which is cool to feel into the direction. So some of you, there may be like an opportunity here to really step into a leadership role and maybe teach in a way, or mentor, guide. Okay, some of you may be looking for mentors and guides and teachers to assist in the growth of what you're doing. The Hierophant, yeah, is the teacher-student relationship as well, and like the giving and receiving of that dynamic. Teacher always, you know, it remains open to learning from the student, and the student, you know, remains open to learning from the teacher. So interesting. So keep, you know, taking your time with the pause, and really keep your ear to the universe and doing what you're doing and listening and leaning into the different directions. And through the pause, that is a chance for life to also rush in to share, right? So you can, and provide insight and also receive insight from, you know, within yourself, right? Real life experiencing itself. So just these like little epiphanies kind of thing. What else is coming up for Leo? The only one that flipped over is the Page of Pentacles. Another cute card of them like looking up at their pentacle. Like, you know, there's a sense of you really care about what you're doing and what you're growing. There's just so much passion and commitment that I sense with what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're growing. And that's where this pause is really important, so that, because, you know, there's a notion of like really, you know, caring about what you do, and so and dedicating yourself to the growth of it. And yeah, just you really care about it, Leo. That's awesome. And when it comes to finding the right people to learn from, like, you know, keep that pause like within, so that even in the moment there's an ability to kind of pause and check in, like, and listen, in order to kind of find the paths that, you know, feel right, and the people that feel right. And also, if you're stepping into a leadership role, like knowing that, you know that you have what it takes, for one thing, and you'll find like your own, you know, your own, I want to say traditions, that's what I almost said, so I'll say it. Traditions and ways about things. The Hierophant is finding, you know, is different kind of practices and processes, and when it comes to what it is that you have to share. And the page is willing. The page is willing to take on any learning that they need to in order to get to the levels that they're wanting to get in regards to what you're growing. So I sense, Leo, that there's like, you know, maybe some classes that you may be looking at to take, some training that you're, you know, looking at to take. Yeah. And really kind of finding your own way and rhythm with what it is that you're growing. And again, there's this spiritual kind of connection as well, this kind of spiritual guidance that wraps all through this. And the Pentacles all looking towards the Three of Cups, this connection, this belonging. Five of Pentacles. I want some more information on that. Five of Pentacles. Thank you. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess. So the spiritual guidance, the spiritual connection in this, the deep intuition is so useful right now. That's what I'm feeling. It's just really useful to tune in, listen, and pause. that's what I just feel like. Pause and enjoy the fireworks. Pause and enjoy the sense of belonging, and feel the piece of what you're what you're building, because I sense it brings a lot of peace. It brings a lot of like, it creates a lot of dedication there. I can tell that there's a lot of like joy in growing and learning about growing and what you're doing here. And so when it comes to any kind of like, if you're experiencing any setbacks, because Five of Pentacles can kind of bring an element of change, can bring an element of like, can be somewhat disrupting, but there's always invitations even into these energies, even when they're challenging, to again tune into your intuition and really listen to yourself when it comes to navigating any kind of shifts or changes and options, and responding to these changes with like very real kind of like plans. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and yeah, with now we have two, like, look at these cool cards. So here's the Hierophant, and here's the High Priestess, and you can see they have like, you know, pillars, this duality, this yeah, they're just, yeah, one is light, one is dark. And this like structure kind of comes with the Hierophant. Creating a structure, they're often finding your own routines, finding your own practices with what it is that you're experiencing. The High Priestess is that deep inner knowing, you know, the connection, the telephone line to the divine is the intuition, to connect in that way and to listen and pause. I keep saying that not to be redundant, but you know, if the pause feels a bit unnatural right now, that's totally normal. Pauses can feel unnatural, but it's actually really, really helpful. It's really, really helpful because it allows the information to come up and then to be able to act on what feels right. So signing up for those classes, taking on that role, you know, taking that training, buying that book, like whatever it is you're finding that you need. Is there anything else for Leo? Oh my goodness. Oh man, it's too many. Sorry, Leo. I think that might be it. The deck has just kind of gone quiet. So let's move on to some Oracle. What's going on for Leo? Oh. The sense of belonging is really beautiful in this reading. It's like the sense of seeing this community grow, like around something that you've built, and also just around you, living kind of in this authentic way, and feeling and meeting people that like match that frequency in their own unique way. And I get the sense they participate in your business, like, you know, this could be even like looking at clientele and just being like, wow, like just finding like genuine connections through that. Wow, Leo. There we go. Spiritual decree. Look at that. So yeah, the sense of purpose, the sense of calling, like the sense of like building on a dream and like seeing it take form and seeing community wrap around it and feeling like this spiritual guidance, like really cool. I think it's 41, yeah. You have been wondering what will happen next in your life, not realizing how much power you have to decide that for yourself. Yo. What do you wish to have happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthrights of free will, voice, and empowerment to set the cosmic wheels in motion? If your answer is yes, then it's time to speak your truth to the universe. Decree it, and you shall be it. Wow. Thank you, universe. Thank you, energy. These cards are awesome. Decree it, and you shall be it, Leo. All right, let's do a fractal energy image. Ooh, that just gave me the shivers. So cool. Wow. It's so cool. They're really glossy, so I'm sorry if I flash the light in your eyes, but like, look at that. It looks like there's a little face in the middle, like smiling. It just feels like, it almost feels like, you know, those, you know, real kind of depictions of what angels look like. They can be very kind of like just magnificent and like fierce and all at the same time. They're just like, you know, that's what it reminds me of. It does give me like ear to the universe vibes, like feeling those like frequencies, like those sound waves, like, yeah, sound waves of the universe. It also gives me kind of like insect vibes, which is interesting too, like insect kind of energy. So yeah, feel into that for a sec. I'm gonna read it because I'm learning this deck, so thank you for learning it with me. Everyone this month has been helping me learn, and I thought that would be kind of fun. So take it in, and then leave me a comment below, okay? So I think it was number 8. Okay, Chenrizi Manifestation. This card works to create a positive outcome in all situations. Chenrizi works to free you from your problems, burdens, and suffering by showing you all the many wonderful blessings in life. This card is the ultimate manifestation. On every level and every way, it is the complete form of fulfillment. This is the turning point in life. Free-flowing manifestation of all the good this world has to offer is coming to you. Stay focused on the blessings and you will see them multiply. Yes. Oh, Leo, I wish you all the infinite blessings that you did. I just clap as celebrate as they come flowing in, like, yeah. So thank you so much, Leo. I hope this has been helpful in some way. I hope it's been encouraging. Please subscribe, and if you want to see more, I love hearing from you. So, you know, make sure you comment, and yeah. I'll see you next month.